So hi guys, in this lecture we'll talk about partitioning of a database of DB. Cool. So basically partition is dividing of the DB into large, means the large tables present in the DB are divided into small pieces. So this is the process of partitioning. Cool. So the advantage is that querying is fast in case of small tables, and also if single machine are not able to handle this enormous amount of data, then small tables will work for us. Cool. So this was the main thing, the main definition of the partitioning, that we divide a large table into small chunks so that querying is not a problem and it's very fast, and also if a single machine cannot handle everything, so that's why we partition our DB. So there are two types of partitioning. First is the horizontal partitioning, also called as the range based partitioning. Range based, also called as the sharding. Cool. So a very large chunk of data is split into small pieces, and they are stored in such partitions. No separate table is not created. No separate table is created. Just all the data is stored in these partitions. So this was all about the horizontal or the range based partition. Next is the vertical partitioning. In vertical partitioning, what we does is that we create tables with fewer columns and using additional tables we store the remaining columns. We create a new table with some columns, with few columns, and additionally we use some additional table to store the remaining columns. Cool. So this was the functioning how vertical part is. I'll just write down the definition again. It's creating tables with fewer columns, not all, with fewer columns, and using additional table for remaining columns. So this is the underlying principle on which it is working, and yes, this was all about the partitioning. Now we'll look at the different criterias of partitioning, how these partitioning is actually happening. So first criteria is the key hash based partitioning. In this we apply a hash function. To the key attribute to find out the attribute of the same. Cool. To find the value, means this value is found by putting the key in the hash function. So this is the key based partition. Cool. The second is the list partitioning. So the list partitioning is selected on the basis of the columns that match one of the, means that have the maximum number of discrete values. For example, if we have a table like this, so the for if we have three discrete values here, 1 here, 0 here, and 4 here, this is C4. So C4 based partitioning will happen. Cool guys. So with max discrete values, the main principle here is this. The third is the round robin. round robin. So for example, if we have n partitions, if we want to do n partitions, then the ith part here will be I mod n. Cool. Next is the consistent hashing. It is very widely asked, so we need to remember this because it's generally asked in interviews, what is consistent hashing. So for example, if we are having means it's firstly a special kind of hashing. So if we have this hash value is created by hash function and we put the key here. Cool. The server index is calculated with this. Server index is the hash value modulus n. N is the number of servers. N is the number of servers. Cool. So if for example, if we have four databases, 4 DBs, and we can have a range of 0 to 7 range, then by using this formula we can find that the key 0 will have 0 attribute, key 1 will have 1 attribute, 1 value. Cool. So this was on basis of this formula we can calculate the server index. And also consistent hashing is also widely asked, so you need to remember this formula, and that's why I gave all the different theoretical things in the same thing. All the partition criteria that I have discussed are very important and are widely asked. So thank you everyone for joining. We'll meet you in the next lecture.